Welcome to Jess on the Mountain, a podcast about yoga, chakras, and becoming your own guru. I'm Jess Goulding, and today we're spilling the tea on gossip, toxicity, and the fifth chakra. If you've ever been around gossip, you're a recovering gossiper, or if you just can't put your finger on what it is, I hope you'll have some clarity after this episode. In doing some research on this topic, I drew wisdom from the beautiful Jess G Yoga Facebook community, as well as Rudyard Kipling and Eleanor Roosevelt. At the end of this episode, we'll make some noise to clear the air and give your fifth chakra a good, clean reset. Then, when you go out in the world, your words are used to restore, not destroy. To review, Vishuddha, the fifth chakra, is located at the throat, and it also includes the jaw, mouth, and ears, the three parts needed to give and receive the chatter and buzz. The word Vishuddha means purification, and the shadow side is lies and untruth. A person with a healthy, balanced fifth chakra has a resonant voice, speaks the truth, listens to others, and is fully aware of the choice and impact of their words. Fifth chakra harmony is so important because we all talk. Well, some more than others, but for most of us, speech is our primary means of communication. And what we say shares a lot about our own self-worth, our own awareness, and our own level of consciousness. And being around gossipers has made me wonder about a few things: why people gossip, whether it's harmful, and how to spot it when it's happening. I think we all have friends who love to gossip. And I have to admit, there's times where we ourselves just want to stay in the loop. But I can remember struggling with this in my early 20s. I had a really good friend that I loved to connect with and hang out with, but I couldn't figure out why I always felt worse after we spent time together, until I realized the bulk of our conversations involved other people and their lives. Everything, or really everyone, was talked about, yes, with smiles and, quote, understanding, but it still just felt icky. And then it just took me way too long to realize this person really just talks about other people, not ideas, not plans for the future, not even themselves, especially not themselves, just other people. People she knew and what they were up to and the choices they were making. I honestly can't care enough about other people's decisions. I have enough on my own plate. Don't we all? And I have no idea how she knew so much about everyone or had the bandwidth to follow their lives. This is before the ability to just check in on people through social media. She knew everything and wanted to chat about it. So now if I find myself in conversation with a gossiper, I have a better ability to notice when it's happening and I can just move along, changing the topic. So in coming up with this podcast, I wanted to do a little crowdsourcing. I think gossip has so many facets, purposes, and there are certainly a lot of opinions about it. So I went to the Jess G Yoga Facebook community, and they didn't let me down. I had some great responses to my inquiry about gossip and toxicity. Just what is it? How is it harmful? How is it not harmful? So now I'll share a little bit about what I gleaned from both my page and within the Jess G Yoga Facebook group. So why? Why do people gossip? Well, the response was a few things. One that kept coming up was people gossip to feel in control and to avoid their own emotions. Control came up a lot. They want to control the conversation, and then there's this deflection and avoidance of talking about themselves and their own emotions. They're also often just feel superior. Somebody wants to feel like their life is stacking up better than other people's. So if they talk about other people and the poor decisions they're making, well, then clearly they look great. Which to those of us who know better, well, we know better. But that's kind of the feeling that they get is, I must be doing better than them if I can talk bad about them. So they feel superior. And then there's also sometimes a genuine desire to learn new information. So there is a conversation we had about whether it's always bad. And this conversation, it wasn't always. So some people felt there can be a genuine desire to learn new information, to connect with others, and to build intimacy and trust through sharing information. So asking whether or not gossip is always harmful, some people felt like even if it's not dark, it's wasted energy. And that's the thing. Our words have energy. They're expressing, they're coming from us. The thought around them takes energy. The production of them takes energy. So if you're going to use your energy in speaking, communicating, let's not waste it talking about others. Let's use it to uplift. One thing that is also true, the community found, was that it usually has a way of evolving and becoming untrue. So even if it starts with a little nugget of truth, this story that someone has or something about them, even if it starts out true, as it gets passed through the grapevine, it slowly becomes untrue. And that person has lost control of their story. And our stories are very important for us to maintain autonomy around and to own our own stories. So even if it's just a little nugget of truth, careful where it's spread because you can't control it once it's out there. Often the things said in gossip wouldn't be said directly to the person if they were present. So that's an important piece. Would you say this to the person's face? Would you say this if they were sitting right there? I think that's a great little litmus test to see if you're sharing gossip or sharing information. Gossip is toxic, one says, because it's dishonest. Dishonesty is a complete affront to the fifth chakra. And gossip can lead to rumors and can frankly ruin people's lives. That is a low, low, low vibration. Rumors, untruth, telling stories, exaggerating. These vibrate on a low frequency. We want to keep ours high. So, how do you spot it when it's usually happening? Well, as we mentioned, it's usually those gossiping are not talking to a person, but about a person to someone else. So the situation matters. Is the person right there? If you are using someone else's life for your own entertainment, if you get a little shot of dopamine by sharing a juicy bit, whoop, pause, notice. You might be treading water of gossip. And it's usually someone sharing news that is not theirs to share. Let people tell their own stories. You can simply say, so-and-so has news to share. It's not mine to share, but let them tell you. Or just don't mention it at all. So these are some of the main themes that I gleaned from the conversation in the Facebook group and on the Just Yoga Facebook page. So if you want to go catch all of them and join the conversation, that would be great. We can always continue talking about effective, honest, uplifting communication. I think we need it now more than ever. So go over there, check it out, and put in your 2 cents. I'd love to hear from you. Jess on the Mountain is brought to you by my online course, Chakra Savvy, Reset Your Life Game Plan. It's a 7-month online deep dive into the chakras to take you from feeling unsettled, upended, and questioning your direction to feeling grounded, confident, and happy in your life by harnessing the power of the chakras. You can check it out or join the waitlist at jessgoulding.com/chakrasavvy. With Chakra Savvy Reset Your Life Game Plan, you gain access to the yoga practices, breathing techniques, meditations, and lifestyle suggestions that help harmonize your system and bring you a sense of balance and ease to your everyday life. So that's at jessgoulding.com/chakrasavvy. Join the waitlist, and you'll be the first to know the next time a cohort begins. Words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind. This is how the British author, poet, and journalist Rudyard Kipling put it perfectly in a speech to the Royal College of Surgeons in London in 1923. He said, "Words, of course, are the most powerful drug used by mankind." Wow. I mean, that slices. That was to a room of surgeons. And as an author, he gets it. He knows the power what we say can have. He explained how words can alter a person's thoughts and emotions, influencing them to think or feel in ways that are out of the ordinary. He even described how words can infect inflate egos, narcotize, and paralyze individuals. These are all words describing someone who has been poisoned, who has become toxic. The toxicity of gossip, a chakra 5 activity, affects the rest of our system as well. Think about how you feel when you've finished an evening of dish in the dirt. The poison drips down to the second, third chakras, guilt and shame. It rises upward as it negatively affects the way you see and think about someone else. It robs us of the true delight that awaits us in honest connection, in life-affirming friendships, and in conversations that build us up rather than tear us down. I once had a teacher tell me that it's best not to gossip, because whomever you're speaking ill of, you take on all their bad karma. If that's even possibly true, let's not risk it. Let's do the healthy chakra 2 activity of letting go. Let go of relationships that either tempt you into chewing the toxic fat or hurt your ears with their water cooler talk. And unless you're a saint, you've engaged in some of this as well. We all have. So let's do some detox together. Let go of that extra karma we might have taken on and clear our throat chakras of poison from our past. So you might be aware of this, but every chakra has a seed sound. And I'll go into this more in a future podcast episode. But the seed sounds that go with each chakra are considered resonant with the energy of that chakra. We are nothing but energy. We are created of waves. And so sound can come in and bring a purifying effect. It rids us of dissonance. Remember, lies going in, they're like a dissonance to our system. It can harmonize our flow inside our energetic bodies. And so using sound is a great way to cleanse and clear not only fifth chakra, but really the whole system. So the seed sound of chakra 5 is hum, H-A-M, hum. And you do it making kind of the sound like you're fogging a mirror, hum, hum. And it ends with a vibration at the close of the lips. So it goes all the way from the back of the throat to the front of the lips, encompassing as much as you can of the fifth chakra. So we'll do hum in a practice in just a moment, but just know you can also use the sacred sound of Om. Oming is a beautiful way to bring harmony to the whole system. Chanting is exceedingly effective for ridding ourselves wherever there is disharmony in the system. So let's do a little bit of a practice now using the sound hum. If you prefer Om, of course, you can do Om. Let's warm up a little bit. Roll your shoulders back so they squeeze up and back and up and back. Right, we hold a lot of tension here around the throat. There's a grunty there, a knot, where there might be some energy blocked between the throat and the heart. And so physically, you can roll the shoulders, get things warming up, then keeping your shoulders back to a little gentle head roll. Be kind to your neck. It doesn't like to be yanked around. It's got a big job of keeping your computer in place above your body as you sit and walk. And then open up the throat physically. So this is working with the physical body. Jut out your chin, make a pouting face. So underbite, really stretch the front of the throat. And then retract your chin, pulling your ears back and stretch the back of the neck. So jut out your chin, stick out your bottom lip, and then pull everything back. So the front and back have been moved. Get that moving. And then tilt a little side to side. Again, be kind. Be kind. A little head roll. And then sit or stand nice and tall. Hopefully you can take a little break for a moment and do just this quick little hum practice wherever you are. I encourage you to make sound, make your pets wonder what's going on. They're going to love it. Okay, but just start by feeling your breath. Feel the body and let it go. Slow things down a little bit. I want to get into a place where we have sensitivity to what's going on in our bodies as we do a little practice. And together, we're just going to chant the sound hum 5 times. 5, moving from the back of the throat to the lips, and then we'll pause and notice how we feel. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Breathe in to chant. hum, 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 hum. Okay, so that is just so simple. You can notice how you feel. Just imagine if you were to take on some homework, I would encourage you to do this every day. Do 5 hums in a row 5 times every day for fifth chakra. So 5 hums, 5 cycles of humming. And just notice how that changes your awareness of the throat, of your words, of your ability to listen to others. Right? It will draw prana, it will draw life force to the throat, which will have a healing effect. Prana heals. It is an intelligent life force that is healing. So when there is vibration, prana goes there and there will be healing. So just see what it does. And then you can report back. I'd love to hear how your humming practice is. So this is your homework for this week is to hum and hum and hum and hum and hum and hum. So I don't know. What do you think about gossip? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you're listening to Spotify, you can put it in the comments. If you see it on Facebook or on Instagram, let me know what you think. It's a hot topic. So I also encourage you to join me next week. Join me when we arrive in Chakra 6 and we discuss how the practice of looking for the good or seeking the delightful is good for your body, mind, and soul. And I thank you, listener, for tuning in and thinking about these topics with me. It would do a great service to this podcast if you take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review, hopefully positively, review the podcast. I mean, we're building something here in the ethers, and your contribution through subscribing, rating, and leaving a positive review will get our work further out in the world, which I believe will be helpful. Fewer people gossiping, smirking, and name calling will be a breath of fresh air. You can always reach me online through the socials with the handle Jess G Yoga or through my website, jessgoulding.com. These episodes are now also on YouTube on my channel, which is at Jess Goulding. As always, if you want a quick start on your chakra journey, or just to see where you're shaping up now, I encourage you to take my 3-question Chakra Savvy Quickie quiz at jessgoulding.com/quiz, or the more in-depth chakra check-in self-assessment at jessgoulding.com/chakras. Both of those resources and so many others can be found in the show notes and at jessgoulding.com/podcast. And now I'll leave you with the wise advice of Eleanor Roosevelt, as she is often credited with this quote. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. So, my friends, may you be blessed with a great mind. Have delightful encounters with those who inspire rather than cut down. And may your high vibration be an agent of detoxification in our world today and every day. Much love.